Welcome back to Because You Watched. My name is Ali Ghandour.
I'm Rekha Shankar.
I'm Hillary Ann Matthews.
And I am Jacquis Neal.
And right now we're just going to jump into it, folks. What have we been watching?
What have we been watching?
I started Overcompensating. I'm 2 episodes in.
I'm 1 episode in.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, Hillary. Episode 2 is fun as well.
Okay. I look forward.
I think we're so starved for jokes in this world. Mm-hmm. And so I really appreciate some of the joke writing on this show.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those shows where, like, we know people who auditioned for. I auditioned. And it's kind of cool to see it and be like, one, growth on my part. Mm-hmm. I can enjoy something.
Yeah. I will say that's a pretty fast get back on the horse.
Overcompensating is a show by Benito Skinner. It is about
he wrote it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wrote it and he stars in it. He's like hugely popular as Benny Drama online. He wrote and starred in the show that's about like a high school jock who's in all these traditionally masculine environments who
is closeted.
Yeah. And in college kind of feels the need to overcompensate, as does every other character in the show, to kind of figure out who they really are.
It's on Prime.
And it's on Prime.
So I think that this is really interesting. This is kind of, I know that people on TikTok make a ton of money with ads on TikTok and doing product placements, sponsored posts. This is really interesting to me as firm evidence of mainstream crossover success. I guess like the Paul brothers have done their weird things, but like in terms of Benny Drama making comedic videos online and on TikTok, and then actually getting a TV show that he wrote the script for. And it was a good script. I liked it.
I thought it was really funny when I read it. And it's a collaboration with A24.
Right.
And Charlie XCX is an EP and is the music supervisor.
Crazy.
It's just, we said this with the rehearsal, but like when you give money to a comedy, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You can like do so much more than like shot reverse shot in a room with like a big key light.
Yeah.
It's just cool. They have like a whole college campus. There's like jokes in the background. There's side characters doing funny stuff.
I have to say that I think it's a fun world. What had me laughing out loud was the Amanda Knox runner.
That Amanda Knox runner was so funny.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. I'm like, we are so starved for jokes. Like when you hear a joke, it's just like, it's just so exciting to hear a well-written, funny.
Don't you think that that's like we're starved for jokes? You mean like we're starved for successful jokes or actually funny jokes?
Yes, successful jokes.
I'm like, people are trying.
People are trying.
Yeah.
I feel like people are like giving the idea of jokes by like putting someone in a funny situation or like making a face, like funny face comedy, but like an actual written joke, like 30 Rock style. We don't have a lot of shows.
We don't have that many.
So that Amanda Knox joke is exactly the one I was thinking of.
Really good.
Even something that's a runner seems fun.
Yeah.
It is
totally.
It's just a kid being like his fun fact is I'm Amanda Knox's cousin.
Yeah, they're doing like an introduction thing, and it's like give one interesting fact. Or no, it's like about who do you want to be?
Who do you want to be like in college for the freshmen?
And just like, I'm Amanda Knox's cousin.
But he says it. He also says it so like he says it like he's like, yeah, I'm gonna try out for the school play. He's like, I'm Amanda Knox's cousin.
And then he's like, I love a joke like this where they like don't draw too much attention to it, but he just keeps talking about. He's like, she's actually innocent. Yeah. And then they just kind of cut away.
She would have loved you, by the way.
She would have loved you, by the way, is so funny. I don't know who the intended like audience when they were pitching it is, but I feel like it has a really interesting range. Like I was listening to Keep It, an incredible podcast, and they were talking about how there are not a lot of like teen comedy shows like Greek, which was like fun drama, romance, kind of college-y vibe. And this is such a nice return to that. That is Louis Virtel's word, not mine.
Something about you saying, I don't know quite who the intended audience is for, it makes me think of my slight confusion watching it in when it was set,
of course.
The time period.
This is a famous question about the show.
When is it set?
I believe it's 2018.
Okay.
So a pre-pandemic world.
But famously, one of the first scenes is he is watching George of the Jungle, and then he switches to watching TRL, and Lucky is on.
Yeah.
Lucky by Britney Spears.
Right.
Oops, I Did
But
It
he's
Again.
a child. He's a flashback.
He's a child.
Yeah.
Oops, I Did It Again came out in what, 2000? 2001?
Mm-hmm.
So if he's like 5 in that flashback.
He's older. He's like 8.
we don't know. We don't know what the ages are, and I believe that is intended. Some people are arguing about this. I don't feel any particular way about it.
Yeah.
And that's my lukewarm take.
It's making me think about when I was in a writing class, in like a fiction writing class in college, and I wrote a short story, and everyone was like, yeah, I couldn't tell when the time period was. And I was like, yeah, you don't know. And everyone was like, oh, no, we don't like that. We want to know when it was. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. I have to choose. And that kind of makes me think of that.
You know, you can tell what are the phones?
So,
like, do they have the three dots?
They have iPhones.
Right.
They're not showcasing the lenses.
Yeah, this is kind of being obscured.
Look out for it. If you look at a phone and you see like just the one dot,
but
we're pre-2018.
So the social media, they have social media stills, and those seem retro. The what you're seeing are retro.
Yeah. It's still supposed to be Instagram, right?
Yes,
but
Instagram.
I'm slower to shows sometimes.
Me too.
Especially if people I know are in them,
Yeah.
which sounds like I shouldn't be. I should be the opposite. But when I know Mary Beth,
Cool.
and so I'm a little slower to shows when I know. I don't know why, but this makes me want to watch it. But I'm also interested because you two said you both auditioned for it.
Yes.
And I'm petty sometimes when I audition for a show and don't get it. I'm very slow to watch that
Yeah.
show.
Well,
Yeah,
it's incredibly painful.
Yeah.
Sometimes the thing that softens the blow is it'll be like homely brown woman 30 and then I'll see who got it
30 but looks 45.
Exactly. And then I see who gets it and it's like a thin, like, beautiful white lady and I'm like, never stood a chance.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, it is hard. With this one I was just so curious because I did find the pilot really funny.
Yeah.
And I do think like there's some performances on this. Like the woman that plays Haley is so funny.
Totally.
I really like a lot of the side characters. Like, yeah, that guy with the Amanda Knox
great.
cousin is so funny.
Yeah, I obviously really enjoy the send up of improv as a thing to partake in.
That made me.
It's like the trap that you fall into if you don't get laid
They
your
like-
first
yeah.
week of college, first day of college.
They
or
show
whatever.
it like a kid walking into his own like casket.
Yes.
Yeah,
They show a
yeah.
kid like very gravely walking into improv
There
auditions.
before the grace of God go I.
Yes.
It's really good.
I think
Are
that's
these
beautiful.
30-minute or 60-minute episodes?
30 minutes.
30.
Oh, it sounds like a lot for like
They're
one
dense.
episode.
In that way, it is like that zany like 30 Rock pace where it's just a joke.
Okay, that's cool.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a fun little thing I'm watching.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That was really fun. I would like to kind of bring it down. It's so sad. We don't like to have to talk about things like this.
Okay.
A moment of silence.
Yeah.
The Bondsman, canceled by Prime Video.
Wait a
after
minute.
one season.
There he goes.
Oh, Jacquis. Oh,
Jacquis, please.
This is
Oh, no.
Jacquis.
Oh,
Jacquis, don't forget your
This is
keys.
bullshit.
Jacquis, don't forget all your
Keys
stuff.
Oh my
in your
gosh.
walkout protest.
Jacquis, please.
Bullshit.
Please.
Right.
The
Really
Bondsman.
upset. Oh, he's sad.
Jacquis,
oh,
no.
He's really emotional.
Bye,
See you.
Jacquis.
So emotional.
You know where I know the Bondsman from? One of our first episodes where you asked us to guess what it was about.
Yeah, that's the only thing that any of us know the Bondsman.
Yeah. To be honest, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Something is coming out and then a month later it is canceled. What are we doing?
So that's the discourse on Reddit.
What are we doing?
yeah.
I don't even know this show. This show could be the worst show that's ever been invented.
Yeah.
It could be great.
It could be great. We don't know. We're all crazy. Why are we canceling stuff so early? Why are TV shows 8 episodes? What's going on?
Yeah. 3P Wood 82 on Reddit says the most likely explanation is the Bondsman failed to find an audience on Prime Video, but it's interesting to note that it only premiered less than 2 months ago on April 3rd. In this new streaming era, it seems most shows just don't even have a chance to build an audience, and streamers like Prime are quick to pull the plug on anything that's not an instant hit. As Bacon says in his statement, I guess that's the way it goes.
Stop pulling stuff.
It's
just
so-
let it be there. You have so much money. Just keep it going.
Wow.
Give everybody 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I've
And
never
it's hard.
seen this show.
There's historical examples. Everybody constantly talks about how like Seinfeld would have never survived in
Right.
any ecosystem beyond where it was. It wouldn't have gotten a second season.
Yeah.
And become
No.
one of the biggest shows on television ever.
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec is another big one. Arrested Development that like gained a following afterwards. Family Guy that like just by college kids passing around the DVDs get this like resurgence and then becomes again one of the most popular shows on TV. It's so hard to tell how long it takes to like trust and believe in a show.
So I feel like if we're gonna to briefly re-invoke overcompensating, I
Yeah.
feel like there's been a big PR push
Yes.
for overcompensating, and it's Prime Video, which is the same network as the Bondsman, and they're putting money towards it. And I'm hearing people talk about it, but also I'm hearing like Benito Skinner get interviewed on NPR, and I'm hearing whatever, and
Yeah.
so and that's not an accident.
No.
That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
intentional. And so I'm wondering what the difference is. Also, Bacon says,
Who's Bacon? Is it Kevin?
yes.
Dang it. I wanted you to send her on a goose chase for who.
It's only Kevin Bacon, but I didn't know Kevin Bacon was in it. So it was just like,
Yeah.
you just keep saying Bacon, and I'm like,
Bacon's my imaginary friend that's a pig, and he says a
and
lot of
he's saying
stuff.
a lot of stuff. Why did you name a pig Bacon?
Bacon says.
Cheeky, kind of a wink at mortality.
No.
Okay. He said, I wish I had an explanation for you, but I honestly don't. Sad.
Wait, these are all like it sounds like he's like texting. These are all non-quotes.
Yeah. I mean, he said his whole statement is, hey, folks, really bummed out that the Bondsman is not coming back for a second season. I just really loved walking in Hub Halloran's shoes, making that show with so many great, talented people. I wish I had an explanation for you, but I honestly don't. It was a video.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah.
The text, Bacon says, yeah, man, IDK.
I guess I just don't hear him referred to as Bacon.
Okay, well, R.I.P.
right. And
R.I.P.
that's R.I.P. to the Bondsman.
Yeah, and that's The Cycle of Life on Amazon Prime.
Damn.
Welcome back to Because You Watched. We talked about a little bit on the last episode. This was sometimes when movie titles need to be translated into other countries or other languages, how it might not make sense in that other language just the way that we phrase it, right?
When it's translated back.
When it's translated back to English, right? I remember one that my cousin told me about that was like city slickers. Great example. City slickers is a phrase that wouldn't make sense. It's like an idiom that we have.
Yeah.
And he told me that the title was Stop the City, I Need to Get Off. So that's what happens. So what we're going to do now.
Stop the city?
Like it's a bus?
I need to get off.
Yeah.
Deranged.
So the way this game is going to work is I am going to give you the translated movie title, and then you have to guess what the American title is. Here we go. Superpower Dare Die Team.
The Avengers?
Superpower Dare Die Team. They're a team. They're
The
both daring and they're
Expendables?
dying.
What is it?
Superpower Dare Die Team would have been the Chinese title for the Ghostbusters reboot.
That's
Superpower
cool.
Dare Die Team.
They say
Okay.
guidelines in China forbid movies that promote cults or superstition. So maybe having that ghost in there would have been a problem.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, here's another one.
Yeah.
A very powerful whale runs to heaven.
A very powerful whale runs to heaven. Pinocchio.
What? Why? Wait, why? I
Oh, 'cause
demand
the-
why.
point, he's
Because
in-
the whale in
At
Pinocchio,
one point, he's
right?
he's like in a whale or something.
Oh, I love that. Is it Free Willy?
Yes, it's got to be Free Willy.
It is Free Willy.
Okay.
I think your guess was nicer.
Totally. Perfect. Next.
Next one. The boy drowned in chocolate sauce.
Willy Wonka.
Nailed it.
That's crazy. That honestly, that death happens like relatively early in the film, but okay.
It's a death? Do we consider that a death?
Don't we never see the children again.
I assumed he died.
Yeah. Augustus, save some room for later.
Right.
Moving
Yeah.
on.
Moving on.
I'm drunk and you're a prostitute.
Pretty Woman? No.
Oh,
Wait,
that's a good
wait.
guess. It's a really good guess.
Drunk and
No.
you're a prostitute.
Punch Drunk Love? No, not that one. Crazy Stupid Love. No. What? Where's there a prostitute?
Ooh, I'm drunk and you're a prostitute.
Focusing on the prostitute, but you're not remembering the drunk part, which might help you.
The Hangover.
Hangover.
Good guess. Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh yeah. That was my other guess.
That is the two of them.
Okay. Next, this is kind of addicting.
This one is called Sexy Dance.
Magic Mike,
Good guess.
Dirty Dancing?
Flashdance.
So I'll say this: not Magic Mike, but another Channing Tatum film.
Oh my gosh, Step Up.
Step Up, nailed it.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Entirely different energy between those two titles.
The title of this movie in Argentina was Vaseline.
Lube, lotion,
You're on the right
oil,
track.
soft,
You're on the right track.
Water for chocolate.
thick, goo,
Go back to lube. Go back.
Sorry.
Go back to lube. Go back to oil.
lube, oil,
Oil. Lorenzo's oil.
Really, really good guess.
oily,
Vaseline.
oily,
Vaseline is the translated title.
salt, oil, lipstick,
I bet some of our
Shampoo.
listeners have it by now.
balm.
Can I give you a clue?
Yeah.
What you're looking for? It is the word.
What a riddle. What you're looking for.
What did you just say?
It is
to
the
me?
word.
The title is the word
Yeah, I figured.
that you
Okay.
heard.
Vaseline.
It's got to move. It's got to feel in.
Whoa. What? Wait.
It's gotta move. It's gotta feel it.
What? What's going on? Oh, Grease.
Yeah!
Good God.
Great work.
Grease is the word. It's got move. It's got feeling. Next.
Lorenzo's oil. How about a twin seldom comes alone?
It takes two.
The Shining.
The Shining. Wait.
It takes two. Twins.
Twins.
This is a movie that you both know and probably love.
Step Brothers.
A twin. Freaky Friday. No, shut up. The Parent Trap.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, we both probably love it. What? Because we're human?
What? Because we can stand up right now and do the handshake?
And guess what? It
What?
Takes two is just based off the Parent Trap.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it should have counted.
Yeah, that's what she obviously meant when she said it takes two.
The Teeth of the Sea.
Well, of course, we both know it, so no need to say
No,
it.
no need to even say
The
it.
Jaws.
Of the
Yeah, you
sea.
got it.
Jaws!
I wouldn't.
that
I'd
one-
say
that
that's
one-
the mouth of the
That's
sea.
good.
Yeah, that
But
one
I
really
like
felt like a New York crossword clue. Like a New
Yes.
York Times crossword clue.
Yeah,
I love this.
I know.
Here's another
We
one.
should play this every
I
episode.
would like to play this all the time.
This is good. I think if you get in the zone of just thinking kind of literally.
Okay.
This one's called Mom, I Missed the Plane.
Dude, where's my car?
Feels like a movie that maybe would have been the sequel to
Mom, I missed the plane. Oh! Home
Home
Alone.
Alone.
Yeah,
Home
nailed
Alone.
it.
Yeah,
Lost in
just
New York.
Lost in New York.
Just the first one.
Oh.
Mom, I missed the plane. In that country, children are responsible for getting to the airport themselves. And by themselves.
And that's a country I support. We need to be independent. I became an adult at age 12.
next.
The Incredible Journey in a Crazy Plane.
Airplane?
It's Airplane.
Wait.
I'm still thinking about.
Awesome at the. Do you need it to be cut?
You're doing great.
Just have it cut. Cut Hillary saying radio.
We can absolutely cut Hillary saying
Yeah.
that.
Evaluate it.
Yeah.
I think all these titles are better in this way because they're clearer.
All right, we got one from John. It is The Electronic Murderer.
Megan.
Oh.
That's
Swim
a
fan.
really great guess.
Megan is a really good guess.
Swim fan.
But Megan is just a name. Why couldn't it be
Searching.
called?
I don't know the answer on this. I could see Megan. I could see The Terminator.
Oh, it's the Terminator.
And how about this one? Grandpa Carl's Flying House.
Yeah, I know this one.
You got it.
Up.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. It's Raining Falafel.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Rekha, you're locked in.
Wow.
I have never felt so good.
Here's one. He's a ghost! Exclamation point.
Ghost.
Is that true?
That would make more sense.
Wait. He's a ghost. He's a ghost. He's a ghost. Casper.
I'll tell you this. It's a spoiler.
That's so Rekha, you really are tough.
Casper
Okay,
Casper
what, okay,
absolutely
what is
would
it?
make
What
more
is
sense.
it? It's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler,
Yeah.
which also makes the title very funny. The Sixth Sense.
That's crazy.
The title is He's a Ghost. If you drink, don't get married.
All I can think of is like that Ben Stiller movie remake, The Heartbreak Kid.
Oh, I don't know that one.
I'm gonna guess My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
I was also thinking that.
If you drink, don't get married.
If you drink.
Yeah.
So if you drink.
Yeah.
It's not Wedding Crashers?
Oh.
You guys are so close, all of you. The Hangover.
Oh yeah, right.
If you drink, don't get married.
Because he's trying to make it back.
Yeah.
For right.
If you drink,
you won't.
You can't get
yeah,
married.
you won't get married.
Okay, I got another good one.
Okay.
A classic film, The Rebel Nun.
Yeah, I know it. Sister Act. It could be back in that. But it'd be back in that.
I can hear some whispering, but I want to tell you it's not Sister Act.
What? The Flying Nun.
Think of a nun who really rebelled.
Oh,
The Sound of Music.
Yeah, The Sound of Music.
I've never seen that.
That's fantastic.
And that was Fun with Translated Titles.
Oh, wow. Perfect name.
Okay, welcome back. We are going to dive into recommendations from our personal vaults. The game that we just played with translated movie titles made me think of a beloved one to me. In the United States, it was called All I Want to Do. And in Australia, and maybe the UK, it was called The Hairy Bird, which is slang for penis.
Huh.
Or so this movie title suggested. It is, hold on, I want to get the year really quickly. Okay, it's a 1998 comedy. And it was set in the 60s, which, like, isn't that fun? In 60s set movies made in the 90s was such a thing.
Yes.
And if you think about it, I feel like now there's a fascination with the 90s.
Yes.
And that's 30
That's
years
our new
as well.
60s.
Yeah. Yeah. But like Now and Then, that
Yes.
is a 60s set made in the 90s. And this actually has people in common with that movie? During the early 1960s, high school teen Odette Sinclair, played by Gabby Hoffman, is transferred to her great dismay from a co-ed institution to an all-girls New England boarding school. After learning that plans are in the works to merge Miss Goddard's School for Girls with the nearby boys' institution, she and her sorority sister, that's not correct, played by Kirsten Dunst, go on strike against the school. Rachel Lee Cook is in it. It's awesome. Kirsten Dunst did so much cool shit when she was young. Like, her career has been so cool.
Yeah.
And this was one of them. It was a really fun one of those indie films that we don't really get to make or watch today so much. And so quotable. But it also is just a hardcore, cool, soapy, fun feminist flick where Odette comes in and she's like, all of these girls that she meets are like, I want to become president. I want to become a famous actress. I want to become the first editor of a news magazine, whatever. I kind of forget the specifics. And Odette's like, I want to have sex. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
That's all you want to do? I think the quote is like, your great ambition is to lie on your back with your legs in the air like a bug? I watch this movie a lot. And because that's what she got busted by her parents trying to do. And that's why she was sent to this school. And so she's like, yeah, I want to have sex. And they are like, okay, our vow is to help each other achieve our goals. And so we're gonna get you laid. It's a lot of fun. It's a really fun movie.
It's making me think about our overcompensating conversation where just like a teen
Yes.
romp
Totally.
is so fun.
When done well.
When done
it's
well.
the best of the best.
And I'm like, I just really like that genre.
This one is in the exact same pocket.
Yeah.
And also kind of, I'm like interesting these sex positive films for young
a while
women.
ago, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if there were any of those that were made in the 80s or if it was the 90s when those started to take flight.
Totally.
What are things that you guys are recommending from your private vaults?
I'm still recovering from the rehearsal, but just you talking about hairy bird, an Australian slang
For penis,
I don't know.
supposedly?
I don't know what it was. It was the Australia. It was the penis. I remembered watching this show with a bunch of high school friends. We were on a trip and we were staying in a hotel, and we had like access to HBO for the first time. And this was there's a live act that these Australians do, and it's called Puppetry of the Penis, and it is a like kind of like half contortionist, half like shock kind of show. But we watched and we giggled and we freaked out and we repeated these like acts back to each other for years and years afterwards.
It was
as high
on.
school
It
kids.
was on TV.
It was
We were
on
watching
HBO,
It, and
yeah.
it was uncensored.
It would be stuff like the baby bird, and then they would do puppetry of their
Yeah.
penis, or they would be like the hamburger. Aaron has just confirmed this was a segment on real sex on HBO.
What
That's
is real
absolute.
sex?
It was like a docu-series that involved sexual content. So they would go and explore like somebody being like, we have threesomes, or like this is a sex club, or like
Okay.
we're into
Yeah,
being a furry,
and
or
it
whatever.
did that like HBO, like right on the edge, like kind of softcore kind of thing, where it's like
Yeah.
I'm not watching pornography, I'm watching HBO,
Yeah.
but it was all very like
But it's titillating.
steamy and titillating topics.
Ah, okay.
and educational somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you were like, holy shit.
Definitely.
My recommendation, I talk a lot about cooking shows
Yeah.
on this podcast. Namely, I talk about Top Chef, but I haven't talked about Chef's Table. Chef's Table I find to be really interesting because there's some really, really good episodes in there. But overall, I can understand that being a hard show to get into because it sometimes is a little up its own butt with how self-serious it'll treat something. I can't say that for Top Chef. I can't say that for Chef's Table, the pastry season.
Oh,
That's an incredible season of television. It's 4 episodes. Came out in 2018. It's on Netflix. 4 bangers. And I think everybody, even if they don't think they do, loves dessert and loves to learn about dessert. I don't think people give dessert enough credit. I think everyone's like, I don't want to see the dessert menu, and I think you're crazy.
And
You're
are
all
you
like-
saying that the pastry season is less up its own butt?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it might just, I think it's just more delightful. Even if it's
okay.
still very self-serious, I think even if you're not a cooking show fan,
yeah.
so these people are trying to just make you enjoy yourself rather than like, I think all food is trying to do that, but rather than some of the episodes of Chef's Table, it might be a
Right.
little too like, I'm trying to make you think about war or about, and it's like 3 pieces of pasta, and you're like, why did this cost $75?
Yeah.
But this is like Christina Tosi is the first episode.
Yeah.
Who created Milk Bar.
Right.
And
Dessert is indulgence. Dessert
Yes.
is joyful.
It's
Dessert is
joyful
yummy.
inherently.
There's a
Yeah.
whimsy there.
Yeah, there's a whimsy there.
And I think it's possible that we don't give enough credit or spotlight to different types of dessert and pastry art across the world. So a lot of it might be like new and interesting too, as opposed to like, this guy makes $800 pasta in Italy.
Yeah.
It's like, this person is making desserts out of Balinese ingredients and like fusing cultures, desserts, 2 desserts we haven't heard of into 1 new dessert we've never heard of
Yeah.
in America. So I think it's really interesting. I really loved that whole season, start to finish.
Well, we're gonna watch each other's recs potentially, and you should watch too and let us know what you think.